Hello and welcome to this explainer. I am so incredibly glad you've joined us today. We're going to dive into something that is deeply important, incredibly common, and yet honestly so often misunderstood. Today, we're talking about rewiring adult ADHD. Here at American Wellness Center, our entire clinical philosophy is built around empowering you. We firmly believe that managing adult ADHD isn't about changing who you fundamentally are at your core. It's actually just about giving you the right tools so you can navigate your world with clarity, focus, and real confidence. So let's jump right into this journey of moving from just surviving your day-to-day to truly actually thriving. Let me ask you a question. Are you exhausted by the constant pressure to just stay on track? If you're nodding your head right now, I want you to know, right off the bat, that you are absolutely not alone. Millions of adults around the world are living with undiagnosed ADHD, completely burning themselves out just trying to keep up with the pack. In our daily clinical practice, we see so many brilliant, highly capable professionals, especially here in the incredibly fast-paced, high-demand environment of Dubai, who are just quietly, completely exhausted. You might feel like you're working twice as hard as everyone else in the room just to keep your head above water, constantly battling racing thoughts, self-doubt, and that never-ending mental clutter. We see that hidden daily struggle all the time, and we want to validate right now that the emotional exhaustion you're feeling, it is completely real. Section 1. The Adult ADHD Reality, the Invisible Weight. Now, these aren't just dry clinical terms. These are the actual lived realities of the thousands of patients we support at American Wellness Center. What we consistently see as this overwhelming mental clutter and distractibility that makes finishing even one simple task feel like climbing Mount Everest. Then, of course, there's the chronic procrastination, which almost always drags along its best friend, total frustration. Over time, that cycle builds into a really heavy burden of negative self-talk and guilt. And finally, there's something we focus on very heavily in our practice: rejection sensitivity, or RSD. This is that intense, sometimes literally painful emotional gut punch in response to perceived criticism or failure. If any of this sounds like your typical Tuesday, please hear me when I say your feelings are entirely valid and they are incredibly common. Listen, if you take absolutely nothing else away from this explainer today, please remember this. ADHD is not a character flaw. It is a pattern of responses that can be systematically rewired. For so many of the patients we see, hearing this is the ultimate aha moment. You are not lazy, you are not broken, and you are definitely not failing. You simply have a uniquely wired brain that has developed certain response patterns to cope with the demands of the world. And from our evidence-based clinical perspective, because these are learned patterns, they can be reshaped. You can absolutely take the wheel back. Section 2. How CBT rewires ADHD, the blueprint for change. So you might have heard the acronym CBT thrown around before, but let's define what it actually means in the context of ADHD. Cognitive behavioral therapy is a structured, evidence-based approach that helps you understand and reshape how your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors all interact with one another. In our practice, CBT isn't just about sitting on a couch and venting. It is a highly active, totally practical toolkit. We use it to help you spot those exact moments where your ADHD derails your focus or your mood, and then we equip you with specific, actionable strategies to swap out those unhelpful patterns for focus, confidence, and calm. It's literally about drafting a brand new blueprint for your daily life. And here is what we mean by rewiring on a practical level. We so often see this unhelpful pattern play out. A task feels way too big, which immediately leads to avoidance, which triggers immense guilt, and ends in total paralyzing overwhelm. It's a completely exhausting doom loop. But through CBT, we reframe that response. We help you shatter that cycle. We teach you how to slice tasks down into achievable, bite-sized steps, how to replace all that heavy guilt with genuine self-compassion, and how to ease into steady, manageable action. It's all about turning these abstract therapy concepts into daily, repeatable habits. Section 3. Our clinical approach. Inside the AWC methodology. Okay, so what actually happens when you sit down with one of our therapists at American Wellness Center? Well, first off, the process is incredibly compassionate and entirely non-judgmental. Here is exactly what you can expect. Step 1 is collaborative goal setting. Your very first session starts with us understanding you, not making assumptions. We work together to figure out what success looks like specifically for your life. Step 2 is psychoeducation. We actually teach you the science of how your specific flavor of ADHD shapes your thinking and behavior.
And step 3 is where the real magic happens: skill practice and emotional awareness. We give you real-world, practical applications to test drive between sessions, helping you spot your triggers and learn how to respond to them with a cool head. It really is a true partnership. We also make sure to tailor our focus so the therapy actually fits naturally into your busy lifestyle. Our targeted focus areas tackle the day-to-day stuff. We work on managing distractibility so you can actually finish your projects at work. We work on breaking out of those vicious procrastination cycles. We spend a ton of time on regulating emotions and dialing down the anxiety that almost always tags along with ADHD. We help you plan routines that are genuinely realistic for an expat or professional living in Dubai. No rigid, punishing schedules that just set you up to fail. And of course, we give you the tools to cope with rejection sensitivity, building up your resilience and your self-worth.
Section 4. The AWC Difference. Your trusted home for care. The year 2016. That is when American Wellness Center officially opened its doors right here in Dubai Healthcare City. For years now, we've been deeply committed to providing ethical, evidence-based, leading mental health care. We aren't just passing through. We are a permanent, long-standing pillar of the healthcare community here. And because of that, we deeply understand the unique pressures of the environment you are living and working in every single day.
But what really makes us special is our team. We have a highly dynamic, multicultural team of over 60 fully qualified, Western-trained clinicians. This incredible roster includes leading specialists like Dr. Mohammed S. Tahir, a U.S. board-certified consultant psychiatrist, and Dr. Farah Qadir, a clinical psychologist and executive life coach. So when you come to us, you aren't just getting one person's perspective. You are tapping into the collective expertise of a massive, deeply experienced brain trust that truly understands adult ADHD inside and out. And that expertise spans over 20 different medical and mental health specialties. Why does that number matter to you? Because it means we offer fully integrated care. Say your CBT therapy would really benefit from some coordination with a psychiatrist for medication management, or maybe an executive coach to help map out your career strategies. We do all of that right under one roof. It's a completely seamless, holistic approach that is designed entirely around your personal wellness. Section 5. Surviving to truly thriving. What positive change looks like. Creating this kind of balance from the inside out yields some truly beautiful results. Through our tailored CBT, our patients consistently see heavily improved focus and daily productivity. They report having a much stronger, steadier grip on their emotional reactions. They feel dramatically less frustration and somehow uncover this deep well of self-patience they didn't even know they possessed. Ultimately, they find a renewed motivation and a really clear sense of direction. This is all about achieving a beautifully balanced, focused life while remaining exactly who you are at your core. At American Wellness Center, our core belief drives literally everything we do. Every person deserves not just to survive, but to truly thrive. We believe this with absolute conviction. You deserve a life full of clarity. You deserve a life of balance. And you deserve a life of joy. You do not have to just white-knuckle your way through your work week anymore. So I want to leave you with this final, really vital thought to chew on. If you no longer had to spend 80% of your energy just fighting your own mind to survive the day, what could you actually achieve? The sky's the limit, really. And you don't have to walk this path alone. Our safe, confidential environment in Dubai Healthcare City, or through our super flexible online sessions, is ready and waiting for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today. Please be kind to your uniquely wired brain, and we truly look forward to welcoming you to the American Wellness Center very soon.